Hey everyone, so welcome to my channel Forex Pips. So today is day 8, which is 8th of June 2026. Today I did many psychological fuck ups. So it's like ninth in the morning today, but it's ninth has started, it's midnight, but it's we are on 8th itself, and I took 8 trades and 4 trades in total, which was one of my first mistakes that I did today. So the two trades, if I will scroll down, I took first XAU USD buy and I took a loss. Then I took an XAU USD sell, which was the biggest mistake again. And then after that I was having two setups in GBP GPY and USD JPY at which was forming at midnight, and it was completely not in my trading zone, so I should have avoided these setups. In one trade I basically uh, am at break even, you can say, and in one trade I again did a mistake because of spread. I ended up in loss, but that trade never ended up in loss itself. So I will be walking you through all the four trades that I took today. So the first mistake was for today was that I took more than one trade as the first thing, and the second mistake is I traded out of my trading hours, so that was the second mistake for the day. So I should have not traded first outside my trading window, and I eventually ended up in loss, and there was no trade forming, to be very honest with you, but I took a trade because I took a loss in the afternoon. To just to recover that, I took a trade. So these are the 2 to 3 mistakes that I did today. And if I will just quickly jump to my trading view. Yep. So the very first trade, that was the XAU USD buy trade that I took, was here after the Asian liquidity got swept out. So this was a good trade, but I could have avoided this trade by a simple logic, by a simple enhancement. So I would count it in as a learning, maybe for the learning for my further future trades. Was basically, once the Asian liquidity got swept out, it has this huge momentum that kicked in, and after that it basically made a lower low. It went up, it made a lower low. Now I treated this as a mitigation block. You can see this particular buy to sell, I treated this as a mitigation block, and at 5 minutes as well I was having a mitigation block. So mitigation blocks is basically when you form a lower low, you form a higher low, you are not able to break the previous low or high. That is the mitigation block. So this buy to sell along with an inefficiency, so this was a mitigation block. It went through the mitigation block, closed above it, and it also gave a change in the change of it also gave a change in the state of delivery. But the mistake that I did today was why this trade failed is just above this particular mitigation block, that is this 3-minute mitigation block, there was another breaker block, you can say, and it went up, it collected the liquidity and it came down. And you can see, if I will just zoom in a bit more, then you will see that we have this inefficiency, right? This candle one, and this is the second candle, and this is the third candle. There was an efficiency between the second and third candle, and this formed an inverse FEG closing just below it. So I should have not traded this, I should have avoided this. But what I did is, if I will go to 1 minute, I took a trade here. Basically I should have waited for it to close above 3-minute breakup block, but it didn't do that, and it just came up, collected the liquidity and came down. So I should have analyzed the lower time frame as well, and also along with that we were having this auto block as well. So this you can see. So if you I will jump to 3 minutes, this auto block will be more clear. And as soon as it entered into this particular mitigation block, here you can see this particular mitigation block, I just entered the trade here. So I was also having this sell to buy order block, so I was having a pretty high conviction about this. But I should have waited for this to close above this breaker block as well, and then it should have returned it in here, and then I should have taken a buy trade. So that was the first mistake I did, and I ended up in loss, this 87 to 85 USD. If I will quickly jump to trading view, sorry, funding pips, I can show you the loss that we took for this particular trade. Yep. So yep, this was the loss that we took, 85 USD. So that was the first loss that we took. If I will just quickly jump back to trading view again in order to show you the second trade that I took, then what happened is I waited throughout the London session to see what it actually does. And then after the London session, it basically came up into this FVG that we have 15-minute fair value gap, and I took the second trade here, a sell trade. Now how I took this sell trade, so this was not purely my setup because there was neither an order block, neither session liquidity which was to be swept out. So I just took this trade out of the thought that I could just recover my losses, but obviously as it was not my setup and this trade didn't play out that well. So how I took this trade, there was not a very great setup as well, if you will see. So we have this, if I will just jump to 1 minute maybe, uh, clearly we don't had a very great setup here, but yes, I will show you what exactly I was thinking at that point of time. So we had this buy sell, this particular sell to buy, and as soon as it closed below this at this particular candle, it went up, it collected the liquidity and it came down. Now if I will just jump to, so this is, if you will see, this is 1833. Okay, just keep that in mind, 1833. Now if I will just quickly come here, then you will see that 1833, at 1833 maybe, yes, 15 minute, 5 minute. No. Yeah, so probably that was the only thing. If we'll jump to 3 minutes, then no. So as you can clearly see, there was no setup that was being formed. I just took this trade out of FOMO. So that was the biggest psychological mistake that I did. I traded without any setup. So this should, I regret this particular trade. The first trade I'm not regretting that much, but I definitely regret this trade. So after this order block, because I found a new high, this became a breaker block, and as it went up, it tapped in here and then it returned back. I just entered the trade here. It prayed out for some time and then I got stopped out. So this was the second trade. I would rate this trade as a 0 probably out of 10, because this was not my setup. This trade was okay. I can trade it like a 5, because I should have waited for the 3 minute above, the 3 minute breaker block that we had to close above it, and it should form a breaker block, but it just collected the liquidity and came down. Then the second, so these are the two trades in gold that I took. So one was in 85 USD and the other was 60. So I could have avoided the $60 loss if I would have stopped after the first trade. But nevertheless, after that as well, I've just had this 15-minute setup on USD JPY. So as you can see, we had a break of structure, we had this low, we had a change of character, and then we had this 15-minute order block. So this was also a lovely setup for me, at least. So this was this we had this particular sell, and then again inefficiency. So we had this order block, and that was just above the London low. So this was a high, a fake high, which was a point of liquidity. So it just came up. I then entered the trade somewhat after the confirmation here. So the only mistake here was basically I traded out of my trading hours. I traded it at midnight where the spread was high, and we didn't had enough volatility, to be very honest. But I took in the trade and the trade played out. So the trade logic that I used here in order to, as an entry model, is as soon as it entered the break this order block after the liquidity sweep, we had this sell to buy, and it closed below it, and as soon as it closed below it, I just entered the trade here. Like, due to spread, the trade got punched in till here, and the trade played out well. But the trade is still running for XAU USD. I booked some partials here, and then the trade is currently running, and I have just set my SL to break even. So that was the second trade. The trade setup was good, but the timing was not good for real. So that is the reason this trade is not, I would not rate this trade as an A plus setup. But the another A plus setup that I was having was in USD, was in GBP JPY. Uh, but so what trade we actually have here? So this trade is basically, we have a breakout structure, right? We have this 15-minute order block just above the London liquidity. So we have a liquidity that will sweep out, and we will enter the trade here. But again, as it came up, it came down, and then I waited for the whole US session. I waited till night, and then it basically swept this particular high, and then I had an entry model here. So I was analyzing this trade, and I don't know, today I was like in too much FOMO of taking trades, and I just took this trade as well. Like, I just lost control over my psychology today. To be real honest, it was not, I would not rate it as a good day. It was a bad, maybe a failure for our challenge that we are having. So it made this order block. It came in, it tapped in, and it gave a break of structure. And after this break of structure, I just entered at FVG, and this trade was good because it never entered our SL. It started accumulating, and then it just entered, tapped into this order block, and the trade played out well. I booked some partials here, but I set, as it's a cross pair, it is GBP JPY, so the spread was too high. Even if the trade didn't entered my or hit my SL, or not even hit my break even, but due to spread, I just got stopped out somewhere here. So due to spread, I got stopped out here, even if my SL was here. So I ended up in loss in this trade as well. So if I will just quickly jump back to trading funding pips in order to show you this trade as well. GBP JPY is, if you will see here, so even if the trade is running, but we ended this GBP JPY in a loss of 34 USD more, and we have just booked a profit of $4, to be real honest. uh, so this was definitely not a good trade. So it was 14 USD, the $10 were commission, and $10 went to commission here as well. I was in profit in both the trades till now, but due to spread, because the rule we breached here was trading out of our window, out of our trading hours that we decided to, and we basically ended our day in a total loss of 147 plus 34 is around 150, 184 USD, you can say. So we were in a profit of 200 USD, and we lost all of it. And the current that I'm currently in, that is basically USD JPY. If I will just quickly jump back to trading view, I will also come out at break even, most probably here as well. So if I will just do USD JPY, so I don't think this will play out, because GBP JPY was a good setup, but I'm out of it, and most probably I will get out at break even here as well. So I'm currently around, like, I'm about to end my day in a loss of 180 to 200 USD. So definitely I should have not traded more. So I would consider day 8 as a failure for us, because we breached mostly all our rules. So we traded more than one trade. We first punched in the trade in the hours that we didn't decided to. Then in the trading window, I took a trade which was not in my which was not forming my setup as well. So that was the second mistake. And the third and the fourth is that I traded at midnight, where the spread is high, and I just got stopped out because of spread. So today I would consider it as a failure for us, and obviously our PNL shows that as well. That how, if we would have followed our psychology, then this would have been just 80 and 1. But okay, we learned our lesson, and we will basically we will from the second day, that is Tuesday, that is 9th of June, we will be back on our psychology. We will be following our setups, and definitely we will be making some profits, or even if not profits, we would be just following our setups and the rules that we have decided to. So that was something about the this is how our day 8 went basically. So we ended up in loss, that is for 8th of June, and let's see how it goes. The challenge is not yet over yet. So we are again at break even for this account. So let's see. The real challenge is to maintain our psychology. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching till here. Thanks for staying till here. Have a good one. Bye for now.